afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests. Welcome to this afternoon's Convocation ceremony. Today we'll be celebrating our graduates with certificate, diploma, applied degree, and degree programs in the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communication and the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. Before I continue on with the few comments that I'll make before we begin our official ceremony, I just want to take this opportunity to once again, let's just bring a big round of applause to the very talented group of individuals who are sitting behind me under the direction of Raymond Burree. The MacEwan University Jazz Band. We will commence the program, as I said, in just a couple of moments, but beforehand, I just have a couple of quick announcements for you. First, as you can appreciate, the Winspear Center is a very acoustically responsive facility, and with that in mind, I would ask if you are carrying any electronic devices that you take a moment now to either turn those off or at least put them onto a vibrate mode for the duration of this afternoon's ceremony. Also, in terms of photography, because this, of course, is a very kind of a milestone event, and many of the individuals who will be crossing the stage today, I know that you would like to take pictures of those. We do have a professional photographer that will be taking photographs of the graduates as they walk across the stage and receive their parchments. And I suspect that you probably noticed as you were coming in through the foyer area that there are a couple of MacEwan University backdrops located right near the front doors in the foyer area. And this would be a great place as well to take family photos and photos of your graduates as well. If you do wish to take photos from the stage as they're receiving their parchments or walking across the stage, you are certainly welcome to do so. We have reserved this area just to your right, my left, here at the front of the stage, that you can come down and take those photos. We'd ask that you come down maybe about 10 people in advance of when your graduate is intended to cross the stage, just to kind of help with the area and the congestion that can take place down there. And then once you've taken your photos, we'd ask that you return back to your seats. There will be ushers there to assist you as that may be needed. And finally, this is really a wonderful event. It's a very celebratory event as we recognize the achievements of our graduates at MacEwan University. So I hope that you sit back and enjoy. And before we get started, I think we have time for at least one more musical selection from the MacEwan University Jazz Band. Thank you.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA. More than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, jump into Missouri, Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. See Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Vice, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to this timely tip when you make that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Catch your kicks on Route 66. I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live, live, live till I die. They're gonna say, what a guy. I'm gonna play for the stars. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have a fling. I'm gonna live, live, live till I die. The blues I lay low, I make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, 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 live till I die. Stay low, they'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, live, live till I die.
One more big round of applause. Let's keep it going for the MacEwan University Jazz Band. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, if you are able, I ask that you please now rise. At this time, I am pleased to introduce to you Rita Long, an instructional assistant in our Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications. Ms. Long is carrying the university mace, which was donated to the university in 1997 by our namesake, Dr. Grant MacEwan. It became the official mace in 2008. It is particularly meaningful to the university as this served as a walking stick for Dr. MacEwan and one that he hand-carved. More information on the university mace as whether other convocation traditions can be found in your program. At this time, I ask that you please remain standing now for the academic processional.
Good afternoon, graduands, distinguished guests, members of the stage party, faculty, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Sekulich, University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation. Please remain standing and in respect, remove all hats except mortar boards for the singing of our national anthem led by Ms. Shannon Hunt. Please be seated. Thank you, Ms. Hunt. I declare Grant MacEwan University Convocation open. It is intended to honor our 2014 graduates, and we are honored to have you present with us on this occasion. The word convocation comes from the Latin word convoco, which means to call together by summons. It is traditionally used in connection with an ecclesiastical or academic gathering. Convocations are called for the conferring of degrees, diplomas, certificates, for special announcements, and for the recognition of outstanding achievement. So it is today that we call colleagues and friends together to honor MacEwan University's graduates and award recipients for Spring 2014 Convocation. For the invocation, I now call upon Mr. Ray Khan, student member of our Board of Governors.
Thank you. It is my pleasure today to read the invocation. Through learning, we flourish and help others to flourish. We stand here today on the brink of an important change for ourselves and for the world. Inspired by the past, we now step forward to transform the future. Engaging with others, we cherish the diversity of experience within our communities and ourselves. Through perseverance, we excel. Through compassion, we connect. Through creativity, we thrive. Through knowledge, we grow. Through all this and more, let us forge a legacy to nurture, to inspire, to endure. Through all this and more, moved by the Spirit, strong in our knowledge, we move out into the world with open arms, open mind, and open heart. We pledge to leave the world better than we found it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. I will now introduce members of the stage party. Members of the stage party, please remain standing once you've been called. Audience, I would ask that you please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. I would like to start with our Board of Governors Chair, Mr. John Day, President David Atkinson, Provost and Vice President Academic Dr. John Corlett, and Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Mr. Chris Hancock. Would members of our Board of Governors please rise? And now, Vice Presidents and Associate Vice Presidents, please rise. Deans, Associate Deans, and members of the University's administration, Associate Registrars, Academic Directors, please rise. Now I would ask representatives of each of our associations, faculty, staff, student, and Alumni Advisory Council to rise. And now, our mace bearer and award recipients, please stand and be recognized. Joining us today are members of our academic faculty and our staff. Will all faculty and staff of the university please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your stage party. This is your university. Please join me now in acknowledging them. Please be seated. It is my pleasure now to call upon Board Chair, Mr. John Day, to bring greetings on behalf of the MacEwan University Board of Governors.
Thank you, Mike. Well, welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for coming today. My name is John Day, and I serve the university as Chair of the Board of Governors. And I'm very happy to have the opportunity to speak with you here today. Before I begin, I want to recognize my fellow board members who are here: Shannon Digweed, Willie Grieve, Andy Rode, and Ray Kahn. Thank you so much for your contributions to the board. I'd also like to welcome our special on-stage guests to be introduced later and the friends and families of our graduates. Your presence in the lives of our students has helped them to get to this point, and we commend you very much for it. Convocation is the perfect time to celebrate our students and to recognize their achievements. We have students about to head off to graduate school around the world. Others are about to begin their careers that come as a result of their hard work and dedication to their studies. Still others are participating in research in all disciplines and receiving grants to support their work. We have students and alumni writing books, winning awards, traveling the world, and helping out in their community. This is life at MacEwan University. It has been your life as students, and it will continue to be your life as alumni. My hope is that even after today's celebrations, you follow the news from our university, just as we hope you will share your news with your Alumni Relations Office. Recently, we've been in the headlines for the new Center for Arts and Culture building that will begin construction this fall. The new building will allow us to move forward in our downtown campus strategy to consolidate operations at our City Center campus. It's exciting news not only for our future Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications students, but also for the entire university community. The Center for Arts and Culture's new Center for Arts and Culture will be something to behold. Designed by architect Bing Tom, the new campus will be open in the fall of 2017, and it will be a place that will enhance the university experience for all of our students. The Center for Arts and Culture is a testament to our commitment to making our community a better place. By striving to create spaces in downtown Edmonton that are both practical and beautiful, we reflect our forward-thinking community and our shared desire to build our downtown. As a developer, I've seen the changes over the years. Since the construction of the City Center campus some 20 years ago, MacEwan University has shown it's serious about city building, and it's just beginning. But as someone whose career is built on developing spaces for people, I know a building is so much more than bricks and mortar. The structures we create only come to life through the people who live, work, and learn inside them. Of course, great buildings define a city, but it's the people for whom these buildings that are constructed that's the beating heart of great buildings. Our new building is about to provide space for students and faculty as they pursue any number of creative and academic achievements. Our new space is a gateway to our neighboring communities and a hub for people throughout the city, including all of you here today. Our growing and evolving campus builds on our framework for knowledge and education, and celebrating education is the entire reason that we're here today. Every one of you has dedicated hundreds, if not thousands of hours to your degree, your diploma, or your certificate. That education began before you came to university. Some of you came straight from high school. Others went straight into the workforce and experienced that first part of your professional education while on the job. A university education is about finding clarity and passion and defining your future. Sometimes the inspiration for the rest of your life journey happens while you're getting your education. Other times it happens while you're in the work world. There's no way to know. We have students like Charlotte Nesbitt, who came back to university after a few years in the workforce. She discovered during her pursuit of a Bachelor of Communication Studies that she's passionate about the new field of content strategy. And for those who don't know, this is the planning and development of online content. And that passion led her to an internship with Facebook. Charlotte would likely not have followed this path without the educational experience her personal work and life had to offer. Martin Luther King is quoted as saying, "Intelligence plus character, that's the goal of true education." I hope your time at MacEwan University, you have achieved both. Your intelligence is what you know and how you use it. Your character is an accumulation of all you've experienced to make you who you are. Whatever stage of your life you were in when you came to university, now you're entering a new stage with hundreds and hundreds of other graduates. You're moving out into the community, you're honing your skills, you're picking up new ones. Because education is not a finite process. To stop educating yourself is simply to stop growing. This applies to our university as well. This institution will continue to grow as it moves towards its 50th anniversary in 2021. We remain focused on providing the best for our students and the best return for investment for our stakeholders. We'll continue to grow and maturing just as you will, and together we'll work to leave the world a little better than we found it. I know the education you've received will serve you well, but remember, a university education is just about the potential to become better. It's about giving you the tools to succeed. It won't automatically make you better, but it has given you the skills to figure out how to do that. I know many of you will do amazing things in our community and beyond. I encourage you to make it part of your life to give back to your community. I know many of you will and already are. I look forward to seeing what you do to make it better. It's been no secret that MacEwan University wants to provide the best for its students. The best learning experience, the best faculty members, the best resources, and the best facilities. We also want to create a place that you, our alumni, can return to. The doors of our university are wide open to you, and not simply to release you into the great wide world ahead, but to give you a great place to come back to, and we hope you do. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Board Chair Day. I now call upon MacEwan University's President, Dr. David Atkinson, to address today's graduates.
Mr. Board Chair, members of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, friends, and always on this occasion, most important, our graduates. Welcome everybody to Spring Convocation for 2014. Convocation is the most important event in the university's calendar, signaling as it does an ending and a beginning. It's an ending in that you, our graduates, are finished your particular program of study. It is a beginning because what you have achieved at MacEwan is the beginning of something else, as we hope you build on what you have learned here. I wish to recognize and congratulate you, our graduates. We're proud of what you have accomplished, for there is no better measure of a university's success than the success of its students. Many of you have family and friends here today, and we recognize you for how you have supported your student over the last several years, and for how you are here today to help celebrate with them the important achievement that Convocation represents. There is, too, today some very good news for parents. Your student is finally off the family payroll, and even better, out of the basement. However, our Distinguished Citizen Award recipient from this morning reminded me that, in fact, not all graduates do, in fact, move out of the basement. So I have a bit of advice for all you here sitting in the front row. Pay rent. I got to use that line again. That's the first applause I've had all day. Convocation is when we stop for a moment to celebrate the university's achievements, to remember its importance and what we aspire to do here, and on this occasion to recognize the achievements of you, our students. This is at once exciting and momentous. It's a day not to be forgotten. Universities are about tradition, as everyone who works and teaches at MacEwan and who studies here makes a contribution to our evolving history. We dress up in these rather funny medieval robes for a reason. I have a feeling this is going to be a tough convocation. What do you think? They connect us with history and to its continuity. To remember and to be part of MacEwan's history is important. But this is not about hanging on to the past. Rather, it is about the excitement of building new things based on past achievements. And here at MacEwan, we have been marching down an exciting path which defines MacEwan for the future. A vision, a set of strategic goals, and a strategic plan. What these reaffirm is that MacEwan is a university which defines comprehensiveness in a different way. Hundreds have been involved in this exercise: faculty, staff, students, members of the board, our community supporters, and it is their collective wisdom that has shaped the exciting possibilities for MacEwan in the future. Even though we enthusiastically embrace our future as a university, we must not forget our past. And all those who have worked so hard to make MacEwan University the institution we know and in which we believe. We recognize our faculty and staff, each of whom contributes to our university and to your education. Universities are about people coming together, and in this they share a single ambition: to learn. The first-year student and the most senior professor have a single common goal, driven as is by what perhaps most characterizes us as human beings: the need to know and to understand. The coming year, as Board Chair Day indicated, will be an important one for us as MacEwan University continues to assert and to celebrate its identity as Edmonton's downtown university and to contribute to the city, which for the last 40 years has supported MacEwan so well and has provided us with a home. Just as Edmonton has done so much for MacEwan, the university has a responsibility to make real and lasting contributions to the city, and most certainly we do. We provide facilities and programming to the community. We contribute to the local economy. We make Edmonton an attractive place for people to live. We reach out through our students and faculty to engage the community and to make it a better place for everyone. MacEwan University enjoys a very special place in the minds and hearts of Edmontonians. It enjoys a connectedness to community which it values and which it must nurture. The most important thing we do, however, is graduate you, our students. It is you who will provide the human capital that will drive and enhance the future of our city, our province, and our country. It is you, our graduates, who will make the world a better place. In so doing, we encourage you to experience the greater world in which you live. No person should live in isolation. We are all connected. And we hope you take from your time here an appreciation of the different and differing perspectives that enrich the world in which we all live. The last few months have been very important for MacEwan as we move ahead with centralizing our operations on the city center campus. At the end of August, our South Campus, which has served us so well, will close, and we will welcome its faculty, staff, and students to the city center campus. In September as well, we begin the next stage of MacEwan's development on its city center campus. And here it is significant that we have chosen to construct a new building aptly named the Center for Arts and Culture. MacEwan has long been known for its programs in the visual and performing arts, and our graduates have enjoyed impressive careers as artists, designers, musicians, and actors, and have taken leadership roles in the arts community in Edmonton and indeed around the world. Growing on these achievements, the new Center for Arts and Culture, a $153 million structure designed by international architect Bing Tom, will provide additional opportunity for all students to engage with the arts. And here, if I could be allowed, perhaps a special observation for the graduates from our Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications. I know you will probably never use this building, but you need to know that it is your legacy, as it is the legacy of your faculty and all the students who have preceded you, which make this such an extraordinary thing. That this new building will allow for future growth at MacEwan University is an added bonus, as MacEwan increasingly becomes an institution of first choice for students. It will accommodate new programs for our students in keeping with our ambition to be the best in class as an undergraduate university. It will give us an opportunity to be truly distinctive, offering programs of study that bring singular attention to MacEwan. And at this convocation, we have a good example as we graduate our first students from the Bachelor of Communication Studies program, which significantly will be housed in the new building, and you're down here somewhere. Can we take a look? Thank you very much. Our numbers keep growing, and I suspect in the coming years, controlling this growth will be a challenge. But we understand that whatever we do, we cannot do anything that might compromise our sense of community that students find appealing about us. The center, though, is more than a new building. What is important is what it signals and represents, its message. Yes, it is about enriching the educational experience for all MacEwan students, of allowing disciplines to blend and thus enrich the already rich learning environment of our university. It does demonstrate MacEwan's support of Edmonton's cultural life and its already vibrant arts community. We all recognize the importance of science, mathematics. We pay attention to the professions, business, engineering, medicine, law, as crucial to our well-being. But sometimes we dismiss the arts as a leisure activity. And in so doing, we overlook something terribly important, that it is the imagination that drives everything we do. It is where imagination and creativity intersect that true achievement lies. And this is where the arts, theater and music, painting, design, sculpture, exist. And so, as MacEwan continues to celebrate its commitment to the arts, the extraordinary building we will be constructing, as iconic as the towers which already represent MacEwan, will send a powerful signal about our values and our place in driving the future of our city and our province. We might well remember something the great French sculptor Auguste Rodin said, that the main aim of art is to be moved, to love, to tremble, to live. Maybe, though, we need remember nothing more than what Edmonton's own Tommy Banks said. The arts are the means by which we communicate our highest and most noble ideas. They'll always be a major force in any civilized society. When man discovered fire, there was already painting and dance. The ancient Greeks wrote plays we still perform today. We listen to and rejoice in music performed to the ancient kings and queens. We might be putting up a building, what we should be aware that it is much more. We also need to recognize that all of our graduates are responsible to make a difference, to make a contribution. And today we graduate students from what I like to call the human sciences, those who are committed to making our society a better place, and in particular, a safe place, where we can all live and where we can all thrive. Universities are about contributing to our well-being, and this is your responsibility regardless of discipline. We all share in this mission to help others and ensure their well-being. This is a sacred trust. But in saying this, I return to where I started. Universities are institutions of learning, and learning takes many forms, as is so represented by the diversity of our university. Understanding the truth are elusive. And so MacEwan, as a growing and ambitious institution, remains committed to celebrating knowledge in whatever form it takes. You, our graduates, are part of this legacy, regardless of what you study. If there is anything to be remembered, never be reduced to pedestrian predictability, to the ordinary and to the safe. Listen to your imagination and to the possibilities it suggests, for it is here that the true richness of life lies and the real value of your time at MacEwan takes form. Everyone wants the best for you. We will continue to watch, knowing that in whatever you build, you leave a legacy of MacEwan University behind. Congratulations to everyone. Enjoy this very, very special day with family and friends. Thank you.
Thank you, President Atkinson. I now call upon Ms. Pegey Gilchrist of the Alumni Advisory Council to introduce our distinguished alumni, Mr. Solon McDade and Mr. Jeremy McDade, also known as the McDades.
Almost there. Good afternoon. On behalf of MacEwan Alumni Relations and Services, I would like to welcome you as new alumni. Sorry, choked up a bit there. And wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Each year, the Board of Governors and Alumni Relations recognizes the contribution and achievements of one of our alumni. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to Jeremiah and Solon McDade. Juno Award winners Solon and Jeremiah McDade began their music careers as talented multi-instrumentalists at the ages of 4 and 5. Veterans of the McDade family band in the Canadian Folk Festival circuit before the age of 16, the siblings had a chance to perform at the Canadian National Exhibition, Vancouver Expo '86, the Commonwealth Games, and they have given multiple performances to members of the British royal family. Solon has performed with a long list of blues greats, and throughout his time at MacEwan and while in McGill University's jazz performance program, he took part in North American and European tours with artists such as Bill Bourne, Shannon Johnson, and Maria Dunn. Most notably, Solon has been recorded on a number of albums, 4 of which have been nominated for Juno Awards and 9 for ARIA Awards. Jeremiah, also a graduate of high distinction from McGill's jazz performance program, has been featured on numerous soundtracks, including the Biography Entertainment Channel, the Banff Film Festival, and the National Film Board of Canada. In 2000, the siblings began work together on their new group, the McDades. With the release of Bloom, which won the 2007 Juno Award for Best Roots Traditional Album by a Group, 2 Canadian Folk Music Awards, and an International Independent Music Award, the group has performed all over Europe and North America and recorded with a variety of musicians from around the world. In 2012, the McDades collaborated with composer Alan Gilland, chair of MacEwan University's music program, to create arrangements that they performed to 3 sold-out shows with the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Congratulations on receiving this recognition, Jeremiah and Solon, and we look forward to hearing you perform.
Thank you very much, Peggy. Those are very sweet words, and thank you very much to the MacEwan University and as well to the MacEwan Alumni Association. It's really, we're quite honored to be here today, and thank you all to you. It's a wonderful day, and congratulations. This is very exciting for all of you, for us, in fact. It's great to see you all here. We'll keep this very brief, and we'll play some music for you. How's that? Maybe just a quick story. Actually, especially we'd like to thank the Faculty of Music here, Alan and everyone. They've been very supportive over the years, and they're great people. So it's a wonderful program that rivals any program in the world. Our parents met at the music program way back when. It must have been brand new, in fact. And I don't think we'd exist without it. Yeah. We'd also like to thank our sister Shannon, who we tour with regularly, and she's a wonderful musician herself, and we'll be performing with her with the symphony this summer, in fact, so we'll get right to it. We'll play a piece that I wrote just a few days ago specifically for this occasion. It doesn't have a title yet. I'm just awful at titles. I don't know why, but that's a good title. Anyway. We'll get right to it. We'll just invite Tom Bennett on the stage with us, another alumnus from MacEwan, who's going to play drums with us. Thanks again.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? Thank you to the McDades for their humor, energy, and sharing their amazing talents with us today. Now, I would like to move on to invite Dr. John Corlett, Provost and Vice President Academic, along with Mr. Chris Hancock, Academic Governance Council Vice Chair, to their respective podiums for the presentation of graduands and the conferring of credentials.
Thanks, Mike. Let's just skip this part and go back to the musicians. How's that? On behalf of the faculties and schools of MacEwan University, I present these graduands and those named in the Convocation program who cannot be with us today. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the MacEwan University degrees, applied degrees, diplomas, and certificates which they have earned.
So graduands, I will ask you now to join in the MacEwan University Graduate Pledge, and we're going to ask you to stand. And this pledge is not an oath, but an expression of purpose to which I hope you'll respond with, I will. So graduates, will you pledge yourself to use the knowledge, experience, and the skills you've gained at MacEwan University to serve your community and the world faithfully? Excellent. So by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the province of Alberta, and upon the recommendation of MacEwan's University Academic Governance Council, I admit to you the degree, applied degree, diploma, or certificate to which you are entitled, and invest in you all the rights and privileges, powers, and responsibilities pertaining to that credential. Now I bestow upon you this credential as a solemn trust to transform, engage, and improve the world. From this day forth, to teach and to learn from others, so that through your learning, we all may flourish. Thank you, and be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Corlett and AGC Vice Chair Hancock. Our marshals will now usher the graduates to stage. We welcome back the MacEwan University Jazz Band as graduates are being assembled.
That old magic that you weave so well, those icy fingers up and down my spine, the same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine, the same old tingle that I feel inside, and when that elevator starts its ride, down and down I go, round and round I go like a leaf that's caught in the tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm a flame with such a burning desire that only a kiss can put out the fire. For you're the lover I waited for, the maid that fate had me created for, and every time your lips meet mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving that spin I'm in, I'm under that old black magic called love. And round I go in a spin, loving that spin I'm in, I'm under that old black magic, under that old black magic called love, under that old black magic called love. Got me spinning, spinning, spinning around like an elevator going down in that
the jazz band. We will now commence with the individual presentation of our graduates. We would like to remind you that if you wish to take photos of your graduate, please come to the area at the right of the stage as we approach your graduate's name on the program. An usher will assist you to ensure the smooth flow of people in and out of the area. With the exception of those taking photos, we ask that you remain seated during the presentation out of respect for all graduates and their families. Offering congratulations to each graduate, our Board Chair John Day, AGC Vice Chair Chris Hancock, Provost and Vice President Academic Dr. Corlett, the Faculty's Dean, and the Program Chair. President David Atkinson will present each graduate with their credential on stage. He will be assisted by Associate Registrars Mr. Tony Norrad and Ms. Frances Billingsley. Off stage to your right is Ms. Patty Leclerc, MacEwan University alumna. Ms. Leclerc will present each graduate with a gift on behalf of the MacEwan University Alumni Advisory Council. I would ask that graduates please return to their seats after receiving their credentials. Now, I call upon Denise Roy, Dean of the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications, to present graduates.
I am extremely proud to present to you the following candidates for degrees, applied degrees, diplomas, and certificates in the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications. Leading the graduates for the Bachelor of Communication Studies degree, Acting Program Chair Lucille Mazzo. These students, we started the degree 3 years ago, and somehow they've managed to complete. So our very first graduates in this degree.
Karen Michelle Hansen. Caitlin Pauline McPhail. Ali Mason McElraith. Alexis Emma Miller. Cassidy Selena Monroe. Claire Mason Penny. And lastly, Christopher Blair Savage.
And now we will present the graduates in the Bachelor of Applied Communications in Professional Writing.
Tracy Lynn Anderson, with distinction. Alyssa Atley, with distinction. Lane Ray Bertholet. Trevor Lynn Black. Beth Suzanne Blackstock. Rochelle Corin Borchman.
Raquel Marianne Briggs with distinction. Carrie Lynn Nora Campbell. Grace Heather Crawford. Joshua Clifford Cutler. Patricia Joyce de Montmorency. Sheena Dean Edmondson. Nicole Robin Fitch. Harmeet Growal with distinction.
Roya Jean Grinstead. Corey Daniel Holler. Alexandra Elizabeth Harrison with distinction. Paula Rita Giles. Ramona Jean Corpan with distinction. Danielle Marie Leboutier. Sarah Rachel Maljudzinsky.
Samantha Elizabeth Menzies. Merrick Graham Montague Moyer with distinction. Stephen Wayne Olson. Sharia Shirley Ann Piercy with distinction. Dawn Azalea Schreiber with distinction. Matthew Thomas Struth. Aaron James Wanamaker with distinction.
Ryan Brendan Willis. And lastly, Natasha Marie Lucille Winter.
Leading the graduates from the Arts and Cultural Management Certificate Program, Program Chair Rose Ginther.
And lastly, Evan Richard Clausen, with distinction.
Next, we have the graduates from the Design Studies Certificate and Diploma, led by former Program Chair Nicole Magnuson.
Bailey Lynn Akers. Janelle Jose Bremo, with distinction.
Kurt Benedict Bugasto. Jostado Milicio Chavez. Caitlin Marie Craig. Dana Rosemary Dusterhoft, with distinction. Laurel Ann Iwanchuk. Ashley Ann Hoffman. Ashley Laurel Mayer. Brianna Marie Medwichuk.
Angela Barbie Mendoza. Danielle Marie Prunkel. Zaina Stephanie Safendine. And lastly, Lindsay Kayleen Vandervoorde.
Leading the graduates from the Fine Art Diploma Program, Program Chair Leslie Sharp.
Owen Daniel Brown. Haley Louise Finney with distinction. Lisa Michelle Johnson. Miranda Helen Klein. Eliza Sylvia Odievsky.
Courtney Jean Stevens. Chelsea Yi K. Wong. Lastly,
And now, leading the graduates from the Music Diploma Program, Chair Alan Gilliland.
Percy Bishi Lazaro Bayat. Yunjae Cho. Ryan Michael Dick. Deanne Noel Deco with distinction. Jiangshan Gan. Janessa Dawn Holowinski.
Tessa Betty Hubert. Tyler Jordan Jewell. Spencer Richard Kaplan. Kayla Louise Kimo. David James Leibel. Aaron McNall. Matthew Philip Meeker. Ben Scott Pack.
Dallas Darian Ray. Brett Patrick Reed. Johnny Barranco Serrano. Aliyah Danielle Vischer. And lastly, Say Kam Serk Benjamin Yang Hui.
And now we're welcoming back Acting Program Chair Lucille Mazzo with the graduates from the Professional Writing Diploma.
And lastly, Lorelei Anne-Marie Betke with distinction.
Leading the graduates from the Theatre Arts Diploma Program, Chair Jim Guido.
Jessica Dawn Andrews. Tara Delaney Bergen. Christina Marie DeMeo. Chantal Suzanne Lavedière. Shannon Marie Pinkerton. Natasha Prasad. Luc Alexander Tellier. Michael Vetch. Elisha Marie Vieira. And lastly, Vanessa Ann Wilson.
Leading the graduates from the Theatre Production Diploma, Chair Melissa Currier.
Rebecca Caitlin Berstrom. Cody Charles Lheureux. Jamie Kim Patrick Odell with distinction. Glenna Lynn Kirkpatrick Showalter with distinction. Deirdre Arlene Zadamersky, lastly.
Finally, I present to you those graduates from the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications unable to be present, whose names are listed in the program.
Thank you, Dean Roy. I would like to now call upon Sharon Buchholter, Dean of Health and Community Studies, to present graduates.
Thanks, Tony. Good afternoon, everyone. The Faculty of Health and Community Studies is committed to preparing graduates for professional human service practice. Our aim is to enhance the health, safety, and well-being of our communities. Over 3 convocation ceremonies, we will be recognizing 838 graduates representing 23 programs in health and community studies. This afternoon, we acknowledge the achievements of graduates in 3 of our programs with a focus on public safety. And so, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the following candidates for certificates and diplomas in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. To present graduates for diploma in correctional services, please welcome Program Chair Kevin Hood.
Kez Ann Amber Leslie Alexander Jansen. Melanie Clara Bradley. Melissa Marie Buchert. Nicole Marie Burrs. Rebecca Natasha Berlatoff. Emily Kathleen Busby. Ashley Amanda Keiko.
Shelby Amanda Carr. Jaden Joseph Collins. Chanel Joelle Natasha Cumberbatch. Tennille Amber Diggins. Melanie Nicole Doucette with distinction. Alexandria Dawn Fix. Julie Marie Fleming. Sarah Kathleen Gardner with distinction. Latoya Alisa Harris.
Stephanie Letitia Henry. Lauren Claire Hunka. Melissa Jean Keith. Candice Lynn Lakatos. Patricia Nadine Lani. Cassandra Lynn McDonald. Georgia Diane McCarthy. Lindsay Denise McGarva. Althea Shellian McLeod.
Pamela Robin Morris. Ashley Nicole Oates with distinction. Nicholas McKeenan Okinzik. Sean Michael Pasternak. Crystal Jean Penner. Corey Marie Phillips. Shelby Maureen Silver. Braden Arthur Sidney Switner. Vinnie Mwanga Shimbuyanga.
Crystal Cheryl Van Meer. April Wong. And lastly, Rebecca Marie Zerich.
And now, to present graduates for certificate in emergency communications and response, please welcome lead faculty Doug Johnson.
Rachel Burrell. Marissa Melanie Cadron. Ashley J. Drysdale with distinction. Nikki Elizabeth Lewis. Krista Renee Malowski. Jessica May Elizabeth Mikalchuk.
Jason Peter Milliken. Hannah Louise Pumphrey. Jessie Page Thompson. And lastly, Mallory Doreen Verkamen.
And now, to present graduates for diploma in police and investigations, please welcome Program Chair Fonz Chafe.
Sarah Maureen Balkan, with distinction. Samantha Jordan Balkan, Bata. Andrew Donald Bolton with distinction, as did Samantha. Montana Ray Miller Chipiak. Alexander Gregory Christensen Bush. Lisa Dawn Clark with distinction.
Shailene Clark. Rebecca Heather Cloutier. Alyssa Jean Gaggan. Joel John Gartner with distinction. Carly Alexandria Giles. Erin Marie Groshko with distinction. Kayla Lynn Gunnarsson.
Nikki Rose Haff. Jessica Lindsay Hoof. Megan Amelia Keach with distinction. Eugene Kolesnik. Mitchell Quaid Cooney. Christian Escad Lapasan. Gregory Allen Lefebvre. Vincent Daniel Levesque. Jessica Marie Lewis Risk. Crystal Leitz.
Michael Liss. Andrew Philip Liu. Shane Brian James Louv. Brian Anthony Lopez. Brian Alexander Limburner. Tamara Lisa Maber. Zachary John Jakubowski McGregor. Gillian Martin. James Craig Maxwell.
Brennan Riley Molzan. Alicia Janine Morrison. Nicole Chireen Ness. Mayur Thakurbai Patel. Kendra Deanna Michelle Peterson. Roberto Carlos Pinto. Elaine Denise Rickard. James Thorpe Richardson.
Stacy Elizabeth Rivet. Alexander Mitchell Scherf. Kira Rose Speck. Gerald Segoya. Michelle Marie Thompson. Katrina Catherine Ursel. Ferris Manjubat Victoria. Conrad Ross Whetstone with distinction. Jonathan Stanley Whipple with distinction.
Heather Lee Woods. Sebastian Vavchuk. Amy Crystal Wright. And lastly, Nursel Yildirim.
We now recognize those graduates from the Faculty of Health and Community Studies unable to be present, whose names are listed in the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Buchholter. This concludes the presentation of our graduates. Audience, stage party, please join me now in acknowledging our graduating class of 2014. We will now move to the presentation of student awards, beginning with the Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence for the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communication. I call upon Dean Roy.
Dean's Medals are awarded in the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications to graduates who have achieved the highest graduating grade point average in their class. One award may be granted in a certificate or diploma program, and one award in a degree program. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a diploma or certificate program is awarded to Lorelei Betke, a graduate of the Professional Writing Diploma program. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a degree program is awarded to Raquel Briggs, a graduate of the Bachelor of Applied Communications in Professional Writing degree program. On behalf of MacEwan University, congratulations, Lorelei and Raquel.
I would like to now call upon Dr. Corlett to present the MacEwan Medal of Academic Excellence.
Thanks again, Mike. The MacEwan Medal of Academic Excellence is awarded to graduates who have achieved a graduation grade point average of 3.7 or higher while completing their credential within a specified period of time. That's the formal part. This is just a way of saying these are really, really great students. The recipient of this year's MacEwan Medal is a graduate of the Bachelor of Communication Studies program. Please welcome Alexandra Harrison.
Thank you, Dean Roy and Dr. Corlett. Let's have another round of applause for our student award winners. would like to now ask Ms. Pegey Gilchrist, member of the Alumni Advisory Council, to provide a welcome to you, our newest members of the university alumni family.
You guys became graduates from the last time I was up here. On behalf of the Alumni Relations and Services, I'm very pleased to be one of the first to congratulate you on this significant achievement. Your hard work and commitment has led to this proud moment. You are now part of a community of over 50,000 alumni who have graduated before you. Whether they're in Edmonton, rural Alberta, or around the world, graduates of MacEwan University, continue to make an impact in their communities and their working lives. Each and every day, graduates like you are bringing knowledge to life. We know each of your paths will be as unique as you are, but the one thing that will always connect you is your relationship to the university and the friendships you've made along the way. I'm sure you will look around you today and realize that you have made some very special and lifelong friendships. While we are here to celebrate this milestone with you, we are also here to celebrate your life accomplishments. We want to hear from you in 2, 4, or 10 years so that we can share your stories with other alumni, students, and faculty. As you move through this next phase in your careers and lives, we hope that you will take a little bit of us with you and always remember to come back and visit. Congratulations again, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors and hope you use the Alumni Office to stay connected with your MacEwan family.
Thank you, Ms. Gilchrist. This brings us to the closing moments of our ceremony. And at this time, I would like to thank all MacEwan University volunteers, faculty, and staff who helped make today possible. We invite all of our alumni to join the alumni celebration, which is taking place in the white tents located in the front of the Windspear. And now, I would like to ask our board chair, John Day, to close Convocation.
Thanks again, Mike. Congratulations to each of our graduates. Remember our motto, Descendo Floremus, through learning we flourish. I'd now like to invite graduates to express their appreciation to the people who have supported them throughout their educational journey. Would the faculty members please rise? Graduates, a round of applause. Can I ask the family and friends of our graduates to please rise? Family and friends? Graduates, a round of applause. Thank you. And now I'd like in turn to invite our audience, faculty, and staff to join me in congratulating the class of 2014. So please remain standing during the recessional and wait until the graduates have left the performance hall. Mace Bear, University Registrar, will you please lead the recessional? I declare this convocation closed. Thank you.